have so many antennas.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a perfect reception? Are we oversaturated with antennas?
Yes.
Maybe that's the issue?
Yeah, well, there is
Too
a part
much
of that.
bombardment?
Well, if you can imagine
how many cooked brains do we need, Si? Like the tech we have in our phone, like even my phone, my cheap, crappy one, like the tech that's in there, man. Like it's a computer, walking, talking computer.
You can't make a call, though.
Plug in a bloody USB adapter and you've got HDMI out, you've got all your USBs and network and everything, basically turned into a whole computer.
And it struggles to make a phone call.
Yeah, that's right.
You can
do my word processing, but man, if I try to call someone on 5G, I mean, did it get better or did it get worse? Like, for fuck's sake, mate. I'm so unhappy with the 5G service. Like, mission accomplished. Like, it's the most useless service ever. Ever. Yeah. Thanks. Double thumbs up.
Yeah, it's interesting, huh?
Most frustration, most useless service. Let's go back to 4G. Fuck you.
On occasion, when I made international calls on a landline day, it was a bit crackly or there was a bit of delay. Yeah.
Of course. That's it.
Otherwise,
you get those little links, country links and shit. Yeah.
You could be on a phone call for hours to somebody on a landline, locally, Australia-wide, back in like 1980s, like that long ago, and it was clear. It was clear. You knew what they were saying.
Good conversation.
There was not. You weren't like it was breaking up.
No.
I mean, I'm trying to actually think of a scenario which I can recall that was reliably such that you had breakup calls that were crackly or broken up, and I don't recall it. Like maybe it was an electrical storm. Like don't tell you not to. Maybe there would be noise on the line. I'm just trying.
I get it when you're like if you're mobile and you move between some long distance country stuff that you'd fringe on the mobile towers, right? But when you're in the city and you look around and everywhere you fucking look is another mobile tower, how are you not getting a signal side?
I know.
Okay? No. This is what I'm like. Irrespective of the 5G or whatever, we have so many antennas.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a perfect reception? Are we oversaturated with antennas?
Yes.
Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah, well, there is a part of that.
Too much bombardment?
Well, if you can imagine
how many cooked brains do we need, Si?
Well, if you think about, like, say, for example, if you just think about 5G towers around and 4G, so you've got certain signals going, and you've got those two networks running, and they're running over the top of like a whole bunch of Wi-Fi, right?
Yep.
And then a whole bunch of Wi-Fi is running over the top of a whole bunch of Bluetooth.
Yep.
So you've got all these like overlapping spheres of electrical.
You've got like amateur,
there are hundreds of fields, and some of those are running in similar frequency bands, like, and they're doing channel switching to like try and keep hopping around to find a channel to keep you connected.
Yeah, that's available, and
then like it's getting saturated.
Someone else's
so you're actually losing little bits of sync, like you're actually being booted off network temporarily for microseconds here and there. Like it's happening so fast.
Bandwidth issues. How much saturation is saturation, Si?
Well, if you've got a phone that can do, like, say, the alleged, let's just say a phone with an alleged 5G, 100 megabit.
Full capacity,
Well, 1 gigabit.
Standing right next to a tower, right next to the network in the middle of Sydney where you're on a major node. You're getting the full click. Yeah,
but that means 10 of you if 10 of you are doing that and somehow you were all max capacity, which is a bit absurd. That's something.
Yeah.
But that's
pretty much a whole channel.
Yeah, I mean, what's connected to the tower? What, 10 gigabit, 100 gigabit?
Yeah, that's a whole channel taken up. Just while you're doing that data stream.
I wouldn't think that most towers have got more than a gigabit of capacity. Like the backbone from the tower.
That's right.
The backbone from the tower would be like 10 gigabit.
They'd be struggling. I think that'd be the major issue, wouldn't it? Just being the throughput. And not only that, how many more people are buying into the networks, and not only that, having the multiple networks as well than the other not so legal networks. Yeah.
So there's just a complete plethora of like signal and muddle.
Yeah, major bombardment, as we call it, RF bombardment.
I would imagine like a much better way, and it's probably what mesh proponents talk about, is where we actually had a unified network that like it was either all the various ranges, the cell tower, the local Wi-Fi, everything was one network, and we just had a really like a quantum security protocol, and so everyone just shared network, and wherever you are, your call was just running on the local route, like all the layers.
Automatically got routed locally through
so
each of the routers.
You didn't have competing frequencies. All phones ran on the same frequency.
You didn't need opposition fucking cell towers someone's trying to blast other people and push theirs up and force them to up their
There's no benefit in
output.
it because you're
just totally just drowning everybody. Yeah, that's right.
So one network, one system.
Bandwidth competitiveness.
And you just move around all the available nodes.
I'm feeling it, man.
That's
what's going to happen when it does get oversaturated. People will just use those other alternate fucking networks like meshing and shit.
There's a lot of that in humanity though, where we're at the moment we're in this really kind of resistant to working together actually as like a group, and it's all like privacy or some other thing that we complain about. But then somebody would be using my thing. Like what?
Whatever. Yeah. It's there. You only use this much of it.
That you're emitting electromagnetic signal.
You're providing this much. You're providing this much RF pollution tax. RF pollution tax.
Contribute, be part of the network, or pay tax.
Or pay RF pollution tax. Now we're giving them fucking politicians some ideas, aren't we? And it's going to be critical, I think, to get proper.
We need unified infrastructure.
Bandwidth and what would you call it? Quality of service. An institution of quality of service. service.
And I think that this is like this packet
Because that's what you were talking about with the whole having the copper line. You have a perfect fucking connection, a perfect chat. That was quality of service. There's no quality of service in the RF range.
It's a mess.
It's best we can do. That's what you get in RF.